Hello. Hey, I want to hop on here for a super quick second and talk to you about connection by proxy because it's the number one question that you have when you're like, hey, I want an energy session, but how in the world, how in the unicorn flippity flack does that work? How can you connect with me over a phone call, a video chat, or even if we've already chatted before, connect with me over email? So, I'm not going to go into super big scientific research because you can do that all on your own. That's why the beauty of Google. I've done way too many peer-reviewed journal articles with my master's degree. So I'm going to leave that up to you because I really don't want to write any research papers right now. However, just start researching energy connections, the butterfly effect. It's super scientifically proven that our emotions and our energy can have an effect on other people. It's a beautiful thing that we haven't been able to really study before until now. Technology is a fantastic thing. So yes, if I have intention and you have intention, we can connect beautifully. Now, if you're more simple-minded, you're like, I don't do peer-reviewed research articles, I don't know what you're talking about, then just think about it. When we call each other over a cell phone, you don't really, get into details about, how did we just call each other? Or when your computer connects to Wi-Fi, you're not thinking, how did that work? But it works the same way. We can connect. You have intention, I have intention, Buddha bang. And guess what? Let's be honest. My energy level is so high, your soul's like, hey, let me have some of that. It's like a little magnet and I draw you in and then we can do a beautiful session. I'm not going to go into lots of details about what we're doing in the session or how exactly that works, but just know if you're like, I have a pain that I've never been able to get rid of. I have a really nasty event from my past that I feel like, it's probably affecting me. And guess what? Even if you have an event from the past and you're like, no, it's not affecting me, we should probably go ask somebody that you're around in your family and be like, hey, do you ever see this person have some like emotional issues, maybe some anger, depression, all that stuff? Guess what? The reason you can't fix it is because you're looking for something right now. What's causing it right now? When in most cases, it happened a long time ago and you just didn't fully process it. My friends, that's where I come into play because I can help you. We tap into your subconscious genius, which knows everything. And are you ready for this? This is my favorite part about this methodology because lots of times people are like, I don't want to sit on the couch and I don't want to talk about it. I don't blame you. I don't want to talk about stuff that happened to me in the past either. Some of that stuff is pretty traumatic. We don't need to put you in a room. We don't need to have you talk about it. We don't need to have you in tears. Guess what we do? We just tap in to your subconscious. You'll see me doing this. This is me tapping into your subconscious, asking some simple yes or no questions. Do you know what all we really need to know? Usually, all we have to do, we figure out the emotions. So maybe you have some guilt. And then I just simply ask you, well, tell me how beautifully young you are. And you're like, well, I'm 40. And then I'll say, okay, yes or no questions. Did this happen before you were 20? Yes, no, yes, no. And then I'll say, hey, this event happened when you were 16 years old. You have a trapped emotion of guilt. And then if you want to, if something pops into your head and you're like, oh, can you just ask if it's related to my next door neighbor? And then I can say, yes, no. That's all we have to do. And then we just get rid of it. How beautiful is that? So beautiful. If you don't even want to tell me about anything that happened, you don't have to. I just can pinpoint it for you. Trapped emotion, age, Buddha bang, and then it's gone. Now, I have people all the time that are like, I'm a little skeptical, but you know what? What do I have to lose? Go ahead and try it. And then they're messaging me sometimes within that day, sometimes the next day, and they're like, I don't know what's going on. And I'm like, well, I know what's going on. You don't know what's going on, but I know what's going on because I see it all the time. And they're going to be like, you're never going to believe it. This person reached out to me. My kids are being kinder. My husband's being nicer. My wife's being nicer. Things at work are going better. I don't know what's going on. It's not coincidental. When you start to shift your own energy, you change the energy of those around you because we have that effect, right? When I walk into a morning meeting, everyone's like, whoo, here she is, right? And I set the vibe for the day. If I come in and I'm like, guess what happens to everyone else? They're like, but if I come in and I'm like, hey, amazing people, then everyone's like, yeah, they're feeding off of it, right? Makes perfect sense. Okay, so check it out. My website is called blockedemotions.com. I also have a super fun Facebook page called Honest Sassy Mama. I have a group page associated with my Facebook page. That sounds like going down. Anyways, I have a group page associated with my Facebook page called Blocked Emotions. You can hop on there, or you can just feel free to reach out and ask me any questions that you might have. And as always, I hope you have a beautiful, fantastic day.